Howdy, mates. Good late morning. How are we doing today? It marks Monday, October 14th, 2024. And for another, it also marks Indigenous Peoples Day, which was recently incorporated as that name after it was formerly known as Columbus Day for the longest time. But due to a bit of the history that falls behind Christopher Columbus, which is on a more negative note, the name had changed to Indigenous Peoples Day. So it is a day to honor and respect and also cherish the traditions that still exist, even to this day, in terms of all of the indigenous tribes throughout, at least in North America. Perhaps it does apply on a global scale too, which, for all honesty, it should. Welcome to what is known as the Natural Bridges National Monument. And this was indeed an area also inhabited by indigenous people, such as the Hopi, for example, or the Paiute or the Ute, and a number of other tribes. But here, this is known as the Sipapu Bridge, which Sipapu translates from Hopi, meaning place of emergence. Fascinating enough, within, say, I'm trying to think of an example here, Mesa Verde National Park, a lot of the kivas that were built, they included a Sipapu hole, which they used that for mostly ceremonial purpose. I believe the bridge was just given that name as a way of just making it relevant to the indigenous history that is here. But for the most part, this is indeed the largest bridge within this park. Now, you may be wondering, what exactly is the difference between an arch and a bridge? Well, let's put it this way. From what I've heard before, as a rule of thumb, is all bridges are arches, but not all arches are bridges. I know, it's funny. But a lot of it has to do with how wide it is, for the most part. So in a sense, this is still a little bit of an arch, but it's also classified as a bridge, too. But much of the bedrock that is surrounding us includes mostly cedar mesa sandstone. This rock in particular dates back to the Permian period. And during that time, this area was full of sand dunes, kind of like at the Great Sand Dunes National Park, same sort of setting. But once time had passed among water and weathering, the rock was eventually compacted a bit more, and therefore it turned into more of that firm sandstone. But the rock is indeed still very porous, and that is essentially how the Sipapu Bridge formed, for the most part. But this is cool, though. And what's neat, if you look closely, just at your 12, you'll notice the separate grooves in the sandstone. And that mostly indicates a form of aeolian transport, which is also known as wind transport. You can see that pattern in the rock. So it just indicates a bit of what was here, what happened in the past. But then again, we can only make suggestions that may have some support, but we can never 100% know, because obviously we weren't around back then to experience that. All right, you guys, have a good one. Take care, and Journey on a Journey is onwards. Take care, folks. See ya.